we're on. There we go. So, I'm going to be illustrating, doing a bit of illustration. I'll also go live on TikTok, actually, so people know to come on over. And then they can watch me illustrate on here, can't they? Should have had this set up before, and I do this every time. This is why no one watches my streams, I think, man. But, we'll see. I'm getting... Maybe everyone gets that email, I don't know. What's going on here? It won't let me... Give me a minute, I'm trying to do a live stream. But basically, I'll talk you through what it is I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making a... I'm making a new book, in it. So I've wrote it. It's all written. Now I've got to illustrate it. I'll illustrate nearly every page of it for what each thing is. And then, let's see. I can't do 2 or 3 things at once. Give me a minute. I'd like to be able to, but I can't. Right, so. Oh, fuck off. I've filled my phone with videos that I've made, and it's made it go very slow. Everything's everything's delayed on it, man. It's really annoying. For fuck's sake, man. It's very annoying. Really annoying. I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching this. I apologise. I'm trying. But for some reason, live illustrations on YouTube. You're right, Zed. Just trying to... there we go. There we go. So now we've got that live stream up as well. We've got the mic there. Buzzing. Right, we can start now. Right, so that needs to be transparent though. A5 transparency. Okay, there we go. Right, buzzing. Rub that out now. Buzzing. I don't know. Change the colour. It's just going to be done in black and white. I can't remember what I've got these set to do, but it's not what I want. That's not what I want. I'm trying to find... I can't remember what... I just have to do that. Alright. Trying to get the thickness of the brush right. There we go. That could be about right. Okay, zoom in. Right, so what we need is I can't see comments by the way either here, so I'll try and do it so that I can, but it's... Oh. I've missed the first page anyway, okay. We want that one. We just want this. How can I not have that separate? I'm trying to figure this out so I can have a... My mum's given away a lot of my dogs growing up. She gave away one because it was a Jack Russell and it was...
Right, I got the chat up now. I can see the chat kind
German
of.
Shepherd Rottweiler cross,
just
peeling
trying
the skin
to...
off the backs of its legs. And
How does this look?
So that one got taken to the police station saying that it had been found tied up outside our house. She got rid of another one.
This is kind of a new thing to me streaming like this. So I'm trying to figure it out.
And it turned out to be the other dog.
Get there.
But for whatever reason, that dog was always very like
I need to be able to see the full
nervous
canvas
when you'd come in after it'd be pissing shit everywhere, which was weird. So we just always presumed it was that dog. But there was and she got rid of some more recently, and a couple more. I've had a lot of dogs, as you can probably tell. This is probably why I'm alright with dead animals and that, and not really that sentimental towards most animals.
I am Cash
as well. I've had a lot of cats.
I'm live on YouTube, illustrating
about
illustrations, or at least trying to.
And you know how you go in there, and a lot of them are called like fucking the equivalent of Rover, Scooby,
software, and that dog.
Teddy,
I've done it for ages.
Rose. You know, there's not many that are getting. You don't go in there and there's some like called fucking Killer, or you know, fucking Ammo and stuff like that in it, like drug dealer names for dogs. You don't really get that in there, whereas a lot of them probably are from drug dealers. They've had the dogs confiscated, and when they've been arrested, and they get taken to the dog zone. I was wondering, what if dog zones are just run by cruel people? And they're like, look, you know, in the same way that Harold Shipman wanted to kill people, so he became a doctor to get his hands on old women, like that kind of villain of a person, you know, just. No, maybe not quite a super villain. I was talking about an idea I had for a villain the other day on Truth Seeking, and maybe we'll go into it a little bit. No, it was the idea for a guy who takes buckets, fills up buckets with cement and water, and just empty buckets and attaches them underneath bridges so it catches the rainwater to add weight to the bridge to make them more dangerous until one day a big lorry goes on, or a couple of lorries just happen to be on there, and the bridge collapses, killing everyone on there. But Jimmy said that wasn't a superhero, that was a supervillain. They didn't have powers, they're just not, you know, they've got a lot of time on their hands and they're not very nice. But I was thinking about these dog zones. Maybe people that really hate dogs go in there and work in there and volunteer in there. And they're like, right, we'll... in the same way that, you know, like Scoutmasters, they volunteer to be Scoutmasters. You know, they're not paid to be a Scoutmaster. I don't think there's any Scoutmasters that are paid to do it. And it's because they're probably trying to shag the kids. Or maybe not shag the kids, but at least watch them get changed or watch them in a river kind of thing. But I think that people in dog zones... What if they get them in and someone brings it in crying, going like, oh, you know, I just can't cope, I don't have the money, I want him to be fed, his name's Dave, you know, I've had him for 8 years, but it's just, I'm broke, and I can't do it to my dog, you know, it's just too much. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, are you sure you want to leave him with us? Yeah, alright, well, that'll be £150, please. What do you mean, £150? I want to get rid of him, you know, it's cheaper to have him put down. Have him put down then. No, it's not fair. It's not fair to do. I can't do that to it. Do you know what I mean? There's a bit of that, and then they scrounge that money out of them, which they fucking love, mate. Dog zones love getting that little bit of money out of someone who's bringing a dog to them, who's fucking destitute anyway, at wit's end, trying to just cope with life, and they're like, fucking hell, I've got to get rid of my best friend. I've got to get rid of the only thing in my life that is happy I'm alive, and gives me reason to be alive. I've now got to give it away to a stranger. And then the people in the dog zone go, what's the name of this dog? Oh, I just fucking think she said it was called Steve. But we're going to call it Granger. Call it Granger on the sheets. You know, so they've already gotten it wrong because the dog was called Dave. They just haven't paid attention. Or, you know, they just don't even care to read the sheet that they've had to fill in. And then they're looking at it like, oh, yeah, it's definitely a Granger. Don't call it Steve like she did. Call it Granger. And now on the sheet it's a dog called Granger. And then when you go out with the dog, you know, when they do that little test run with the dog where you go out in the little fucking area where you can walk it and have a go of it, like try it out, a test trial of the dog. You're like shouting it, Granger, Granger, come here, Granger. And it's fucking ignoring you. And you're like, this dog's shit. It just doesn't listen to its name, mate. Is sure it's called Granger? Yeah, definitely called Granger. We've had it 6 months now. It's definitely called Granger. They've had it a week. It's definitely called Granger. It doesn't come. It doesn't come to its name. And then they're teaching it commands in Polish as well. They've purposely learned other languages, these people, so they can teach the dog commands. So they can take pictures of it sat down. Like, no, it does know how to sit. And he's like fucking Petrov like that, and it sits down. I don't know Polish.
If you go over to YouTube,
fucking Welsh, Diokaval, and it's fucking, and it's fucking, and it's sitting down and it's doing its commands, but from these other languages that that you don't know, that the new person owning the dog just doesn't know. And I just think that's probably what they do, innit? Because otherwise, why are they volunteering to work there? Do you know what I mean? It's always, if people are volunteering, they're normally evil. That's what we've learned. Like, that's what the society has taught us and the news has taught us. Don't trust people that do stuff like that for free, because they're up to something. Which kind of leads us into something that we'll talk about maybe tomorrow. So look forward to that. This might not be the best thing to do live. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to... I normally do a little sketch of them first, innit? Do a little sketch and then work from there, but... It looks nothing like an arm. Thank you, no-eyed goblin. Should we have him doing it top? Let's have him. Let's have this doctor performing this aided birth topless. Because obviously he's a weirdo. Oh, is it? That's annoying that it does that. Oh, that's fucking... So as you can probably tell, I'm not very good at drawing, but I think that adds to the book itself, really. Ooh, a little bit of Jackie Chan coming on now. You alright, Pizzle? I'm live on YouTube, Pizzle. Nah, I'm drawing a doctor pulling a baby out of a woman with forceps. No, you can actually see the drawings on there, Pizzle. You can see the screen I'm drawing on. I think, anyway. How was this working? That was... Thank you, Zed. It should be giving you a good thing of the screen. You can see the drawing. You'll definitely be able to see them when I'm zooming out anyway. Give him a belly button. I think he needs better breasts. Make him look fatter. Because he was a doctor back in the day, so which means he'll have had money. And then back in the time where I'm basing this on, they would have had like that, you see. Look at that. Then we'll zoom in and we'll scrub out that little bit of a line there. This is why it's better than doing it, because when I do these by hand initially, I'll have to do 3 or 4 drafts, one by pencil, one by biro, and then do the proper pen. Whereas I can just do it on here. It's fucking mint, mate. Give him a little nip. There we go. Look at that, mate. There's a new video on the page as well, if you want to see that on the TikTok page, which is for advertising the episode I put out on Patreon before. There he is. That's the first one. So we need to make a. Can you can't see that, can you? No, good. Illustrations. Silver spoon. Whoa, I don't like that. That's confusing the fucking computer. File, new. A5. Is there no way I can make this? Next one. So if you want to go over to my YouTube, you can see what it is I'm drawing. We will have do the face in a minute. What the fuck was that? This is annoying because it's just. I have to zoom in more. What we'll do is we'll get rid of that. I've got a better idea now. I don't think this doesn't make sense. The head was good, but we'll change it up. Need to do like the foreground first. What the fuck? I'm making up letters. What are we saying? I'll check the comments on here as well. Don't know if anyone's watching. Is anyone watching on the YouTube? I don't even know if this is really worth doing on live, but There we go. It's another one. That is... Thank you, Sammy. Glad you like it, mate. If you want to see what I'm working on now, I'm drawing for my new book. I'm on YouTube if you want to see it. I've finished 2 so far. What's been your favourite thing, Sammy? How did you get here? The no fake teal. If it helps, I'm normally making stuff out of dead rats. If that helps you understand what's going on. If not, then, you know, I can't help you. Those on TikTok, have you watched the new video I just posted? It's to help advertise my Patreon podcasts, which you can listen to for free for 7 days if you fancy it, and then you can give me £3 to listen to the rest. What's the next one? I get the rats from pet shops, mate. They sell them frozen as snake food. I do a podcast, Sammy. I do 2. So yeah, there's 2 public podcasts, and then there's an extra podcast which is behind a paywall on Patreon. So if you use the link on my page, the Linktree link, that'll help you find the podcast. If you watch the new video though, and some of the pinned videos on my page, Sammy, on here on my account, you'll see some little snippets of them. Examples of ones that go out public, ones that go out to Patreon. Truth Seeking, World Around You's podcast. I do loads, Sammy. I'm a busy guy, I mean. That's on one of the pinned videos as well, Sammy. Very quickly, because I'm concentrating on this, but I misunderstood a university project about 7 years ago. Oh, how do I put that back there? Yeah, that's annoying. Trying to... Alright, Sammy, nice one, man. How do I draw this, man? Some of these are very hard to draw. Nah, it's just fucking solid to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9. There we go. And then we'll zoom in a little bit more. Make this smaller. Much smaller. Right. Nah, man, I damage the computer if I start doing a roly-poly. Oh. I'm drawing up the new book, doing the illustrations now. So I'm live on YouTube. You can see the illustrations as they happen on there. You're more than welcome to try and guess what the illustrations are saying and what they're for in the comments on there if you want. Whether you'll be able to guess them, I don't know. And yeah, that's it. That's 9, isn't it? Whoa. No, I'm not gonna do a roly-poly. Not a very sporty guy, mate. Not built for sport. Built for thinking. I'll give that guy too many fingers. Can't do it. I can't even do a backflip. One sec, I'll be back in a minute. Just finish this little bit off here, and then I'm going to end the stream and have a bit of dinner. Not had any dinner yet, so I'm going to have some dinner. I'll see you in a bit. TikTok, go on over and watch the stream on YouTube if you fancy seeing what I've been up to. And for the I can't even use the mouse. There we go. For the YouTube people, I'll see